Shedeur Sanders returns to practice with dad Deion after Cleveland Brown quarterback cut rumors swirl. Shedeur Sanders has returned to practice ahead of Cleveland Browns training camp. Instead of getting in work with his teammates, Sanders is back home working out with his father Deion. The Browns have an extremely murky quarterback situation for the 2025 season, and Sanders is working hard to earn the starting job. With Deshaun Watson presumably out for the entire season, it is anyone's game to become QB1. However, Joe Flacco, Dillon Gabriel, and Kenny Pickett are all eyeing up the same spot. Because of that, Sanders is getting in extra work outside of Browns practices with his father. Sanders was seen on social media working out at Country Prime with his father. He was dressed in his full Browns practice attire for the training session. Sanders is working hard to prove that he was more valuable than a fifth-round draft pick. His hard work is getting fans excited too, and they are sharing their thoughts on social media. Clears every rookie quarterback already, one fan said. The rejected will be respected, another fan said. Whenever he get the opportunity, he'll be ready and keep the role, a third fan said. Plenty of zip on those passes, a fourth fan said. Shedeur is an undeniable winner, a fifth fan said. While Sanders gets his work in, there are some whispers circulating behind the scenes about his status at the Browns. The team currently has 4 quarterbacks, and one of the likely won't make the team. It feels likely that both Flacco and Pickett will keep their jobs based on what the team invested in them. That leaves Sanders and Gabriel to duke it out for the QB3 position. Gabriel already has a leg up due to being picked in the 3rd round versus Sanders in the 5th. However, with a good training camp, Sanders can cement himself on the roster over Gabriel. It was a crisp Colorado morning, the kind that hints at fall before summer's even done, and the hum of anticipation floated through the air like static. On the turf at the University of Colorado's practice facility, the rhythm of cleats meeting grass was momentarily drowned out by a familiar, electrifying voice. Let's go, baby. This ain't just another day. This is the day. Coach Prime was back. And more importantly, so was his son. Shedeur Sanders, dressed in gold and black, helmet tucked under his arm, walked onto the field with the calm confidence of a man who'd been here before, but knew the whole world was watching this time. Because while the Buffalo's practice field looked the same, the headlines surrounding it had changed. Rumors were swirling across the NFL landscape. The Cleveland Browns had cut a quarterback, and Shedeur's name had suddenly popped back into national conversations, not as a college star, but as a potential heir. And Shedeur? He wasn't running from the noise. He was stepping right into it. Whispers from the dog pound, the Browns' decision to part ways with veteran backup QB Tyler Huntley had been just another roster tweak on paper. But the move opened questions about depth, succession, and long-term strategy behind Deshaun Watson, and as reporters began linking dots, one name echoed louder than the rest. Shedeur Sanders. Young, confident, marketable. NFL-ready in swagger and skills. Some say Cleveland's brass has been quietly monitoring him since his Jackson State days. Others claim his style, poised in the pocket, deadly accurate under pressure, reminds him of a young Russell Wilson with the personality of a prime Cam Newton. But before he answers any questions for NFL teams, Shedeur had one thing on his mind: getting better. Father and son, a return to the grind. Back in Boulder, the air at practice was intense. It was electric. Shedeur had taken a brief break from team sessions to handle some off-field matters, including expanding his business venture, Legend 2 Legacy, a QB training plus mentorship program. But today, he returned. Not to headlines, but to hard work. And right there, as always, was Deion. Wearing signature shades and a CU hoodie, Coach Prime clapped and barked motivation like a conductor orchestrating a symphony of chaos. But for all the bravado, there was something unmistakably genuine in the way he watched Shedeur drop back, release, and reset. "Footwork's clean," Deion murmured to an assistant. "Eyes sharper than ever. Pressure don't faze him, never did." Then louder to the whole squad. "That's what it looks like when you block out the noise." The team cheered, but they knew the message was for more than just them. A star who knows the spot like Shedeur Sanders isn't just another college QB. He's a brand, a movement, and a media magnet. With NIL endorsements, a rapidly growing YouTube channel, and millions of followers, he's already living the life many NFL quarterbacks chase. And yet, in this moment, on this field, he was just another player, grinding with his teammates, going through drills, throwing darts in 7-on-7S, calling protections, leading sprints. Reporters lined the fence, trying to decode his body language. Would he jump to the NFL after this season? Would Cleveland, a franchise that's lived in quarterback purgatory for decades, make a play for him? No answers came from Shedeur. Only passes, spirals, touchdowns, and more than once, quiet words exchanged with Deion between reps. If there was tension in the air, neither of them wore it. Deion's vision, Shedeur's destiny, Coach Prime, has always preached a different kind of preparation to his sons, to his players, to the world. Don't just play for the spotlight, he once told Shedeur. Play like you were born in it. And Shedeur has taken that to heart. Whether it's the poise he showed against ranked teams or the humility in his leadership behind closed doors. He said there's a maturity that sets him apart from most 21-year-olds. That's why NFL scouts aren't just watching film, they're watching behavior, habits, reactions. So when Shedeur showed up to practice today, focused, unbothered, and hungry, he may have answered more questions than any press conference could. Cleveland calling? If the Browns are indeed searching for a long-term solution, they'd be fools not to keep tabs on Sanders. He fits the new mold of NFL quarterback, mobile but measured, confident but coachable, and brand awareness without being a distraction. But Shedeur, at least for now, isn't playing into the speculation. When asked by a sideline reporter if he had thoughts on the Browns rumors, he smiled and shrugged. I just play ball. Pops handles the rest. Deion, grinning nearby, chimed in without missing a beat. He's got Sundays in his future, but right now, it's still Saturday business. And business is booming. Classic Prime. A new chapter or just another step. As the sun dipped behind the flat irons and practice wound down, Shedeur stood alone at midfield for a moment. Helmet off, gaze toward the sky, the noise of rumors and scouts and dreams swirling just beyond the fences. He tossed a final ball high into the air and caught it himself, smiling, then jogged off the field, shoulder to shoulder with his father. They didn't need to say anything. The message was clear. The future is coming, but it won't rush them. They're building it on their time, on their terms. And whether that future leads to Cleveland or elsewhere, one thing's for certain. Shedeur Sanders isn't waiting for the NFL to define him. He's already writing the next chapter. One practice, one pass, one plan at a time.